All right, we are here in the Laris Motorsports Insurance social media den, as we've named it, and we're here with our social media director, Cade Caufield. Now, Cade's the guy you know and love from Footbrake Fast Facts, driver interviews, sponsor interviews, and so many other things for us. And these guys, our social media team, keep stepping it up every year, level higher than they have in the previous years. So, Cade, how did this all come about for you to be part of our social media team?
So I believe it was 3 years ago, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, at a World Footbrake Challenge. Me, you, Paige, and I believe Jessica were sitting in the conference room downstairs where Paige does most of her work out of. And you were needing a video, or Paige was needing just a little iPhone video or something, and they had gotten it, and we're talking about how they wanted it edited, but nobody knew how to do it. And I was actually here. I actually started helping you at the Southern Footbrake Challenge in Holly Springs selling T-shirts.
Yep.
And then, so I was brought on here to sell T-shirts, and that was my first time here, and I could really sell the heck out of some T-shirts.
You did great.
And I was able to kind of move up, I guess, but my primary role was selling T-shirts, and I just happened to be in the conference room, and I was like, well, I know how to do that. I can do that. So at that point, I was handling just a little bit of video stuff and selling T-shirts. And then it got to be where I was doing a lot more video stuff and still selling T-shirts. And I think I got in trouble because I wasn't out there selling T-shirts because I was doing the video. So it got to be really too much, because now that we knew we could have the capability of doing the video and we had somebody who could do it, I was kind of moved into that role and pulled from the T-shirt sales role. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I borrowed a camera from a buddy of mine, Clayton Chapman, brought it up here, used my iPad and edited the stuff. That you couldn't do as much because it took a little bit more time to do it that way. And then the next year, me and you had a conversation. You wanted to take it to the next level. I thought we could. We got a MacBook that I got instead of using an iPad. I brought Clayton's stuff again. It went phenomenal. And then I was like, you know what? I know two people who I could bring, and I know they could really take this to the next level, because each year we've moved it to the next level. I got a hold of Eric and Jake. You know, Eric has a warehouse full of stuff just at his house. I'm talking about $100,000 worth of stuff. And Jake, who has the ability to use it as well as Eric.
Yes.
And now we've developed a team. And then even this year, we've gotten to where we're thinking, hey, we got these two in mind that we want to bring with us that want to come, and we could take it from here to here. And we've just gotten noticed each time more by racers, by even people at MotorMania or people that MotorMania contracts with, or even other promoters. So we've just taken it a little bit more each year, and it's really given us some attention.
Yeah, you definitely have gotten some attention, and you've created some attention for the World Footbrake Challenge and Coburg Racing Promotions. You, Jake, and Eric, I mean, you do a fantastic job. You guys are now streaming the Thursday Gamblers race for us, so folks can watch that. You know, I've had questions over the years many times, Cade, that, are you guys going live for the Gamblers race? No, we're not going live for the Gamblers race. And y'all have made that happen, which, again, has created a lot of attention for our brand, which is a wonderful thing. But you guys continue to elevate your level year after year. I know that there's probably some thoughts and plans for the Footbrake 5-Day, which is we've announced and coming up next July. But your primary function here is to create attention, and you're doing that at a very high level.
Well, I think it's important for big events like this. You've obviously created a culture that goes along with your event and an environment. And anything you can do to enhance the environment and make the racers feel comfortable and valued, I think it makes your event 10 times better. You know, when you're in the pits, you know, everybody that's been around drag racing knows you're going to have tons of downtime, whether the event's running smoothly or whether there's some hiccups. You're going to have tons of downtime because there's so many entries here. Sure. So when you can give them something that they look forward to other than just cars going down the track, which obviously is the main reason we're all here, but when they're in the pits, hey, you know, and it's not necessarily even just the people that are racing. It's the family and the people that are with them. Hey, they look forward to seeing when their video's posted that everyone sees. You know, they're looking forward to, not necessarily me, but anybody coming around to them. Hey, we're going to give you some free, you know, gear that we've been given by our generous sponsors. They look forward. It gives an environment for not only just the racers, but the family and the fans that they bring with them. And I think that's very important to create a culture and an atmosphere around the race.
Well, you've obviously improved our culture and our atmosphere. People get excited about what you guys are doing. Cade, you're the primary owner, you're the majority owner of Caufield Media. It's a company that you started on your own. I was able to get involved and help with a little bit of equipment, but you can do this for anyone. You know, this is not just a Coburg Racing Promotions thing. You're capable of doing these things for anybody if they want it.
Me and Jake and Eric had a conversation. You know, we look at some of the guys that do some stuff for Motor Mania. A lot of times we are matching them as far as what we are able to do. The guys we talked to yesterday, we are able to do exactly what they can do.
Yeah.
So the potential is there. It's just from this point on what we do to act on it.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't increase your level at all, it's still fantastic and wonderful. We can't thank you enough for all you've done
I'm glad
for
to be
us.
here.
We can't thank Eric enough for this amazing equipment, Jake for his expertise, and just these guys work tirelessly. You guys are putting in crazy hours to make our product better. We're blessed to have you. We're thankful for it, and looking forward to what you have in store for the next one. That aside, the work stuff for us, just real quick, you graduated high school.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
He just graduated high school.
Graduated a semester early, though. So
Graduated in May, but you got to stop going to school in December because you were early. And you are taking college courses, and you're accelerating your courses, speeding them up so you can graduate in a couple of years and do what?
So I'll actually graduate. So I graduated high school this May, or May of 25. In May of 26, a year later, I will graduate college with my associate's degree. So it'll only take me a year. It's actually take me just a little under a year. I'll have my degree in applied sciences, law enforcement, and police administration. And then from that point on, my goal is to enter the career field of law enforcement as a police officer. And the end goal is obviously to kind of move my way up the rank in that environment and that career field. So we'll see where that takes me. But for now, my main focus is finishing up these last few classes I got in college and hitting the police academy pretty soon.
Well, we know you're going to be very successful, because if that work is anything like the work you're doing here, you're bound to succeed and go to the top of your field. So, Cade, thank you again for all you've done for us. Really love having you here. Full transparency, you're my nephew, and it's a little something extra special to have you, and you really improved our product.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Thing. So, folks, if you need the kind of services that you're seeing on our social media page, go to CaufieldMedia.com. This guy's incredible. He's got great people around him, and he can help you be better. Go see him.